One of the things that I've always admired about the Simmons as a whole, but you was the entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. Y'all always had business to be like, okay, no. We're gonna use this platform, like, the pastries, we're gonna have fashion, we're gonna have impact in that type of way.
Right.
Where did that come from and how important was that, growing up?
I mean, we grew up around it, right? And again, my parents never gave us any pressure to do anything we didn't want to do, but I feel like it just came to us naturally. Like, I liked fashion, my sister liked fashion. So let's do this. This naturally makes sense. Yeah. Dad has a sneaker company. We're gonna get this under there. That's the parent company. Like, we had the business tools around us to do what we needed to do. And so it came from us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like anyone was like, y'all need to do it like this. It was like, hey, we have this idea. Okay, let's figure out how we can do this.
Yeah.
And then we went to work.
So even like my son, I don't know if he's still in here. He's not, but.
How old is he?
He's 20. He just turned 20 February 18th.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
But for my children to see this and say, with a person who has a lot, and not financially, has a lot of resources.
Right.
We've heard this word in the last year or two, nepotism, right? How does a child who comes from a successful lineage or bloodline, how do they really maximize and not using the parent for their inheritance, but more of their ability to open up doors?
Yeah. I mean, it's the resources. It's the network. That's the more important part. And if they're into it, it's like, how do I make this make sense for me? Like, I was down to intern. I'm like, where can I intern? So I would go ask my uncle, my dad, okay, you could go sit in the office. Or you could shadow your aunt, Kimora. You could be with her for 5 days and you watch. Okay, I see how you're doing this, your approvals for the fashion thing. Then you go over here. Like, so it's about the resources that come with it more than anything. Not even just the capital, like because that's something that I do. I go out, do my own thing. It's not like it was a hand-me-down, here's $10 million, go do your thing. It's like, no, here's the resources, go figure it out.
Yeah. So even going back to the pastries, I remember vividly, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys had a collab, what, was it with ice creams?
No, it was its own company. We were with another company that people don't know, and then we did our own shoes under Run Athletics, and then that's how.
So in this day and age, and I hear so much with, e-commerce and TikTok shop and things like that. If you could start a business today in fashion, obviously, you have a great deal of business prowess. What would you kind of focus on with making the most bang for your buck in this short time frame? Sometimes your brain is ready, but your body just don't get the memo. And let's be honest, that's way more common than people really would admit. And that right there is where Rose Sparks comes in. I'm not a Rose Sparks user myself, but here's what they are designed to do. After Rose Sparks dissolves under your tongue, it typically gets you, let's say, ready in about 15 minutes on average. Why, you might ask? It's because it entered the bloodstream faster than traditional pills, which can take an hour or more. Rose Sparks gives guys thicker, fuller erection. And that's one of the many reasons why Spark users report that their partners are more satisfied. And here's the kicker. It can last up to 36 hours, which means more sessions and less stress. Confidence changes everything, brothers. Rose Sparks connects guys with medical providers that's 100% online. And if approved, treatment ships directly to your front door. If prescribed, new sexual health patients gets $15 off their first order of Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with the provider at ro.co/funky to find out if Rose Sparks is right for you. That's ro.co/funky for $15 off your first order. Sparks is a compounded drug product. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing review. For full safety information, go to ro.co/safety info.
A short time frame? What's the time frame? Like actual time?
Let's say you want a return on your investment in 18 to 24 months.
Now, fashion is tricky, and so is shoes. You have to know which one to get in at and who is your consumer, like who's your customer.
So let's change it. If you had, I'll give you $1 million.
Okay.
You could not make any type of self-purchases, but you could invest it. You could start a business or whatever. What business or what investment would you?
Oh, and my cake company. But is it fashion? Because if it's not
It's anything.
Oh, my Angela's Cakes. You invest in my company. You want to invest in my company? Instead of $1 million?
We're vegetarian together.
Yeah. Well,
And we all
they're
like
pancakes.
sweets.
They're pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone can eat the pancakes.
But how did that even come about?
It started with an idea in Atlanta. I was sitting with Pinky at the time, and we sat there and we talked about business ideas. She had Slutty Vegan, and we talked about it. And then I sat down with my partner, Kalila, and we birthed the child. We had Angela's Cakes.
Yeah.
And we came up with all the ideas, the concept, built it from beginning to end. Company's about like 1.5 years old, and yeah, we're growing.
What's the not the aha, but like, okay, we doing this moment in the business of, the pancake company?
Well, we really started off with funnel cake, and we have grown into a mix that does more than just funnel cake, but pancakes is the thing. It's a breakfast item. I love breakfast. I'm a breakfast person.
I'm a brunch guy myself.
Yeah, it's like you could eat a pancake with anything.
Yeah.
So it was that. It was the idea of it being Angela's Cakes, eat Angela's Cakes, and that's where it came from.
Now, with partnering with Pinky, being a very bold individual with her establishment, Slutty Vegan, and I don't know if anybody's has ever been a Slutty Vegan. They flat out call you, well, what's up, slut? What's up? It's like, whoa.
She's a marketing genius.
For real.
Yeah.
Now, did that go into the case with this, like Angela's Cakes, because it could be
my cakes
Eat
or
My Cakes.
Yeah, it is Eat My Cakes. That's the website. Eat My Cakes. Eat Angela's Cakes. Yeah. It's Eat Angela's Cakes.
Gotcha.
What? Yeah, so I would say the aha moment for Angela's Cakes was it's funnel cake, but then we realized when we kept trying different recipes that it actually is pancakes and all these other things as we experimented with the mix.
Yeah.
And so the aha moment was, this is really pancakes. But funnel cake is seasonal, and I like carnivals. When you go to carnival, you get your little funnel
So you
cake.
like playing all these games, huh?
You tried, you had to get something in?
Nah, it was this.
Yeah.
It was that.
You like playing games, huh?
I don't.
Okay.
I kid.
Yeah, okay. But no, Angela's Cakes came from that, so.
Yeah. So you partner with Pinky, and I don't know, well, everybody's heard, the recent news. Does the news of her recent challenges concern you at all, or is it part of taking risk in business?
It's part of taking risk in business. I think everybody's risks aren't so public, and she's in the public spotlight right now, and people are digging, and it's out there.
Have you spoke with her?
I haven't spoke with her recently, no.
But I would just like to give Pinky her flowers.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Pinky Cole had not just the food game in the chokehold. I'll put it like this, and I say this with all due respect with our people of Black people. We're not used to having a large gathering if it doesn't have to do with entertainment or fashion. Mm-hmm. When you see her testimony of what she built from scratch with Slutty Vegan and those lines that
crazy
would be long and just to get in, and she would have to kind of shut it off. You only can order 1 burger or 2 burgers. That's it per order. And to see what she's created to, like, when I heard the news, and she's doing a great job with leaning into it and really educating.
Yeah, she is educating
people about what it's not Title IX, it's Chapter 11, bankruptcy is, and really putting people on, because whether you want to believe it or not, a lot of business-minded individuals do that more than not, and it does not mean that you're broke if you file for bankruptcy. The President of the United States have also filed bankruptcy, and he's the president of the United States.
These things are just not public. That's why I'm saying, like, they're highlighting that. But she's a hustler, and she's done extremely well in her space. And, you know, from one hustler to another, I respect what she does, and I see her. And she's been carrying that business on her back for a long time.
What I want to ask is, in just businessship,
Yeah.
of doing business, what challenges have you faced, if any, in business with trying to create certain things as a woman, a Black woman in this space?
I would say in general, like, something would be like you get support in the beginning, but where's the continual support in general in business, right? Like, behind the scenes, you have family and friends that support it, but publicly, I think once people see things, like, do they further support it? You know what I mean? Those would be the only things. I mean, like, as far as, like, challenges with the business, it's just about the longevity of it and having the right support around it.
Do you and your sister ever think about reviving the pastries for the millennials?
That's, like, a question I always get. That is a number one, like, question.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. We have. It's just all on when and how. We'll definitely
Give us some
What y'all want?
We need to know.
You got to do it.
Like, you got to understand what the Simmons family meant to the culture. Like, y'all are still the it thing. But it's like like I was saying, like I was telling, the Gen Zers in the office, it's like, but no, bro, like.
I appreciate that. I do.
No, it's not. I want you to understand.
We appreciate the flowers, because there's flowers.